Now Jackson on first down. High throw, but the catch is made. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Watch it now, Barney!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That good for 22 and a first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. Now a play fake here on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Hardy. 20! Oh, now they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. Now the Ravens have taken the early lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Ravens. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. Steps away to his left. And shedding. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Vontaze Burfict in there to get him for a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now they'll run it on the toss. And a nice run to get this up over the 20-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the carry, so a pretty good gain, but still left with a tough 3rd and 8.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. Eluding and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jordan Willis in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Taking it about the 36. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
Finding room inside the 40. Oh, some strong running. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard, and he's going to work this one down to about the 5. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They come out here in the eye.
11B, 11B.
Now Bernard. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They get it to him running left. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. On the ground, McCaffrey. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. It's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And as these guys interplay in Week 17, we know one thing. They are playoff bound, but they want to win that division title. They told us that is a goal that's been posted in their locker room since day one. They've got the chance to control their own destiny.
And there's nothing more powerful than saying that you won the division, because I know from building a team, when I talk with all the GMs and the player personnel directors, they always talk about, to get to the playoffs in the NFL, you have to have a team that's constructed to win your division. Beat those teams first. That's your #1 path to getting there, and they can get that done in this game.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Crabtree with it over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First catch of the game for Crabtree. It's a 1st down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football, and they've got it here with a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jackson on 1st down. Flush. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Carl Lawson in there to get him. And that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 7 on the play, and it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the gun, Jackson. Going for the deep ball. This is caught at the 20. A big-time third down play for the Ravens. 46 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. It's caught by Crabtree. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Back 99 Philly, here we go! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
On third down, Jackson rolling to his right. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Hot!
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Jackson from the shotgun. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. This is McCaffrey on the give. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
Lucy.
McCaffrey following the penalty. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Here we go.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Bortles now on first down. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll give it up to McCaffrey, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Bortles going to throw. Forced hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And did the offense get it back? They did at the 1-yard line. 1:59 to go in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. McCaffrey. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Partner, it's decision time now. I know it's still just the 2nd quarter, but you have an opportunity to either kick the field goal or go for it and try and score a big-time touchdown. This is why the head coaches get paid the big bucks.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And a 2nd field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Now Hardy on the return. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That one goes for 36 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Here's Jackson to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Geno Atkins. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Ravens on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Detroit!
Jackson now. From the gun, he'll throw. Dancing to his left. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Bengals have recovered it. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this, and it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Bortles. He's going to fire, and that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Into the red zone, it's Bortles. Buying time to his left. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. And his kick here is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know They're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, here's Bortles. Quick hitter here, it's complete. First target, first catch, and a first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. Complete to the right side, it's Eifert. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
Bortles to throw on 3rd and 1. And Eifert has it. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Bortles going to come up here on 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. To the left side here for Eifert. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Bortles. And able to find Green. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
all right. Move. Hey.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bengals are in for 6.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just hadn't been able to punch it in until that point. Well, Bortles coming to the line with his guys going for 2. To throw, it's Bortles. Flush to his right. And he's got it. The try for 2 is successful, and it pushes the lead up to a field goal. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
And when you have a guy in the backfield who can catch the football, you don't just use him strictly for checkdowns or dump-offs. You make him part of the primary passing attack, because what you're trying to do is get him into open field and then let him make people miss and advance the football.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Brought down by the cornerback, William Jackson.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Play action. Now Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, is going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. To the left side here for Eifert. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Now a carry for Bernard. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Bortles to throw. And Green with a catch left side. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Now, Bengals on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
72.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cole, and he'll go down at the 28. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives are bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Ravens taking the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Kyle Van Noy in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now Jackson operating from the gun. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
All right, let's go ahead and just add it up here. Their last 3 drives, 2 fumbles and an interception. Somewhere, to paraphrase one of the great coaches of the NFL, they're asking on that sideline, what the heck is going on out there?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Bortles. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Lucy.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Bortles now to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
Now Hardy on the return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Jackson now. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time.
No, bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Bengals have recovered it.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Here's Bernard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Throwing is Bortles. Eluding the pressure right. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Cole. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. And the Bengals on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, follow. Move. 11B. So right.
He can run for it, and he will. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
So finally, at this stage of the game, he lets his legs carry him for a big-time first down. But I think this is all set up by his eyes throughout the game. He's been taking it all in as he's watched this thing unfold. And finally, the eyes carried the legs and took him downfield.
You're right. His longest run of the game waited till the 4th quarter, and maybe that lulled the defense to sleep a little bit. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Green 80.
Pitching it out to McCaffrey. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. And defensively trying to beat the 2-minute warning with a timeout, and they do. Calling it with 2:04 left. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
Spread left.
To throw is Bortles. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Now the Bengals on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Move.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Wiggles free. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, it's hard to put your finger on whether this is something to celebrate or something maybe the offense is embarrassed by, but that's now 6 field goals he's made in this game alone.
Yeah, he's bailed them out quite a bit so far, but it's very comforting to know that you have a kicker that's got your back.
Now Hardy on the return. Able to push his way through, and he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly
you
right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Jackson on first down. Flushed out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
The Ravens on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
To throw again is Jackson. Caught left side to Crabtree. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Got to be careful here. They need to move quickly, but it's also 4th.
Back 99, Philly. Here we go. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. He finds Crabtree for the completion. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. One last shot for Jackson. Now he'll escape, and he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for the Bengals,